That sumbitch is tough as woodpecker lips.
The Southern Saturday Podcast.
Oh, well, come on, son. You couldn't whoop a pitcher of meat.
It's like giving your ears a big glass of sweet tea.
Come on, boy. Shit.
Drink up and enjoy.
Hey, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Southern Saturday Podcast. I got a special guest today, Miss Kristina Gleason.
Hey, y'all.
If y'all don't know her, you should. She's a TikTok influencer. She's an influencer. She's influencing people's lives.
Micro influencer.
Oh, you got a special name for what you do.
I would say micro. I have like 11,000 followers, so
that's
trying to work it up there.
That's 10,999 more than most people.
That's true.
So you had a video just recently blow up kind of big, but it wasn't necessarily you. It was some nature phenomenon.
Yeah, I had a video of a bunch of granddaddy longlegs spiders that went viral. I think it got like 4 million and something views.
And they look like they're in a wad.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is like, I was talking about this the other day. The rumors that everybody hears together, like, you know, when you were a kid, you didn't have a cell phone. And like other kids didn't have cell phones.
Right.
But somehow the entire United States all knew the same things.
We all had the same experience.
Like how to play tag, or like that granddaddy longlegs
right.
were
Roly-polies.
poisonous, but they couldn't bite you, which ended up being bullshit. But somehow we all knew it still.
Right.
Like who called and told the people in Missouri? It's the same, or like this game. You know, the game, like how did everybody know to do? How did that
I
get?
forgot about that.
But how did that get communicated? Because apparently, once social media came out, you start reading other people post it, and you're like, we all live the same life.
Right.
Or like the Marilyn Manson 3 ribs thing. You remember that?
No, I don't remember that one.
Marilyn Manson, apparently, this was a huge rumor, and everybody in the U.S. knew it. He had ribs removed so he could suck his own, you know what I mean?
I did not know that.
This was huge.
I've never heard that.
Huge rumor.
Wow.
Huge rumor that's what Marilyn Manson did. And knowing who Marilyn Manson was, you kind of believed it. Like everybody was like, I mean, of course he did. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah, that is wild. I haven't heard that one. But going back to the spiders, I had a lot of people comment that about them being the most poisonous.
Right.
And I think it was a myth, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
But we all
myth.
knew that.
Yeah.
That's weird. Who told everybody? That's what I want to know. Like nowadays, if somebody posted that and it went viral, you would get how everybody knew it.
Right.
But back then, there was no way for everybody to know it. But we still all knew it.
Right.
It's super weird. And things like that all the time, like the Marilyn Manson thing, or like playing tag, or like how every kid pretends the floor is lava when they're playing games. And you're just sitting there like everybody did it. I did it. I mean, we might not all called it the same thing, but there was throw pillows all over the room and jump from one to one.
Well, now they actually have videos that are called The Floor is Lava.
I saw there was like a Netflix show.
Yeah.
Jackson used to love watching it, and it looked like actual lava that they fell in.
Yeah.
It looked like a nightmare is what it looked like. So what do you watch on Netflix? What's your go-to right now?
Right now, Desperate Housewives is what I'm stuck on.
Isn't that old as shit?
Yes, and I've never watched it. I have never seen it.
That's
so
like
I'm
Eva
stuck on it.
Longoria in them, right?
Yes, it's from like the early 2000s.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Why is that what you picked? Well,
my best friend suggested it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, now that you mention it, Courtney just recently sat and watched all like 13 seasons of ER.
I've never seen that one either.
Well, you know, she's medical, so it's like anything like that.
Right.
She'll be sitting there watching it, and they'll say something, and she'll be like, bioplasty, knew it. Like, she sits there and watches that.
See, I can't say
she
that.
says the answer before they say it, and then she's like, I knew it. Like, you're supposed to know it.
Right.
That's like me watching a show about Southern people and being like, oh, yeah, biscuits.
Well, she's a nurse practitioner, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so she definitely knows it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she watches it happen, and she thinks it's cool that she says it beforehand. And then every now and then she'll look at me, and because this is late 80s, early 90s. She'll look at me, and she'll be like, we don't do that anymore. She's like, we learned that was wrong.
Wow. That's
Yeah, I was
crazy.
like, well, how many people did they kill before they figured out that it wasn't the way to do it?
That's what I'm wondering. Oh, my gosh.
Like back in the day, you remember, I'm telling you, every time that and I heard somebody talking about this recently, every time that they act like they're so sure about something and then 20 years later, they're like, by the way, that was wrong. Like people used to come in there acting crazy and they'd be like, let's just drill a hole in his head and see if it works. They just take a drill and just see if it worked.
I literally wonder to myself, because we live near like a plant, like 5 minutes away, and we have well water. And I'm like, am I going to have cancer 20 years later?
And they'll never tell you that that's what it was from.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But this strip where we live, guys, there's a strip of highway that is literally just plant after plant after plant after plant. And it seems like every other day I get on Facebook and some kid's got some 1 in a million disease. And I'm like, I mean, they'll probably never admit it, but I bet it's something to do with this area.
Why do we have so many around
Why is it
here that
all
have
local to us?
DIPG and stuff like that? It's crazy.
And then if you don't get it from that, you're definitely getting it from the shit you're eating.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason that a chicken breast should be the size it is.
Oh, yeah, I fully believe that milk and chicken have, like, the hormones in it. And because have you seen middle schoolers now? My school is pre-K through 8th grade. They're all way taller than me.
Yeah.
And they're
not
eating
even Arnold Schwarzenegger chicken. That's how they got there.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Yes, it's from the food for sure.
And if you see people that grow their own chickens, you're like, that's not the same chicken that I'm eating.
No. When the chicken's growing in like 2 days, there's a problem.
Oh, yeah. They said they can grow a full-grown chicken in like 3 weeks or something like that.
It's
like
something crazy.
Ridiculous. I'm like, you ought to start doing that with baseball players and let's see what we get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got a bunch of Andre the Giants playing for the San Francisco Giants.
And it's like it's illegal for people, but you can inject it in chicken.
Sure.
Right.
And then you can ingest it.
Right.
But somehow that's not okay.
Right.
They're like, no, look, you shouldn't eat pesticides, but we're going to spray them all over your onions.
Of course.
And you just give those a shot. But you have chickens?
I don't right now. Like I have like maybe 2, so I don't have many right now.
That's still chickens.
Well, I know. I have like 2, but I don't have
chickens,
I
just
don't have
2.
A flock right now.
Is that what you call a bunch of chickens?
Yes, a bunch of them.
Still a flock?
I mean, I guess it's a tiny little flock, but I only have those 2.
There should be a new word for like a small flock, a smock.
Well, and I live in the woods, so everything wants to eat them. So we're down to the 2.
Yeah, every now and then you'll go live out on your front porch at night, and it'll just sound like you're in the middle of the Louisiana Bayou.
Right, yeah.
Just
it's like
frogs and crickets,
frogs.
yeah.
Yes.
And you had another video go viral for the bears, right?
Yeah, I had a bear video. That was in the mountains, though, in Tennessee.
Okay.
But I have bears on my porch
I was about
all
to say,
the time.
we're littered with them down here.
Yes, we have them everywhere.
They got to step in and do something about it.
Right.
Every bear, guys, where we live, literally, when I say bears are everywhere, I do mean everywhere. Like we got bear crossing signs everywhere, and every bear you see has got a collar on it like it's a dog. And like they do. Then the other ones are chipped, and like it's getting to be such a problem where like they're in everybody's yards and eating out of their feeders and eating out of their garbage cans, and nobody can hunt anymore without bears. Like it's a nightmare.
We literally have to put our trash can in our garage at night because every day it gets tumped over by a bear.
At y'all's house?
Literally at our house.
The ones
every day.
The ones in Montana, when we go up there to ski, we go once a year. The garbage cans up there shut, and there's a little hole that's got like a locking mechanism in it.
I need
just
one.
for the bears. But like I told them, I was like, once they figure out how to do that, you're gonna have to redesign this because it's not that hard.
They do figure it out because like the one in the mountains jumped in my car before the video that I posted.
And he got in the selfie.
He stole my food, and I even told Tim, I was like, roll my window up, and then he jumped in my car, and I was like, oh my gosh, he's gonna scratch my leather.
Yeah, that's what I'd be worrying about if there was a bear in my car. My leather seats.
Yes,
God.
that is what I was worried about.
I bet it was. But we went to, and that's just an example of like how far in we're getting. I don't know if it's like we're encroaching on them or if they're just like, food is so much easier if I just wait on a human to pull up and get in their back seat. Like that's way easier than me burning all these calories hunting.
Yeah, they're lazy.
Or they're
sure.
like, we'll put out, trail cameras for hunting or something, and the bear will just come and lay on his belly and open his mouth and just rake corn. Like, just rake it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's like...
Oh, my gosh.
Like me at a buffet.
That is crazy.
But I went to Yellowstone, and it's another example of, like, animals figuring shit out. Like, they say that ravens are, like, the smartest birds or one of the smartest birds.
Uh-huh.
And we're up there, and we're every now and then you stop at Yellowstone and you can get out and look at like the geysers or like Old Faithful or something like that. And people ride snowmobiles up there. Well, they'll leave them to get off and go walk and see the geysers and come back, get on the snowmobiles.
Right.
So their backpacks and stuff are left on the snowmobiles. And my mom's got this on video. This raven flies down, unzips this backpack with its beak, starts dumping shit out until it gets to a Snickers bar. Gets to the Snickers bar, sets the Snickers bar down, zips the backpack back up, and flies away with the Snicker bar.
She actually saw that?
She's got it on video.
Wow.
She stayed in the bus because my mom's not a sightseer. So we're all like, dude, Leia, we want to go see the geysers and stuff. And she's like, I'm going to stay in the bus. And we get back, and as we're getting on the bus, she's like, y'all missed it. I'm like, we're the ones that went and saw the thing. She's like, no, wait. And she like shows us on her phone. And it's a raven stealing a Snicker bar, zipping it back up and flying off.
Wow.
And they say that there's super, like, people have had to start zip tying their zippers together. That way they'll travel together because of the ravens. Because they don't really mind if they steal their Snickers bar. It's all the shit he takes out to get to it.
Right.
So now he's took out your phone and he's took out your keys trying to get to the Snickers. So you leave and you get home and you're like, what the fuck?
All your stuff is gone.
And now you got to go back to Yellowstone and just be like, where do we start? Like, you just lost your keys.
Right. Yeah, that's terrible. I cannot imagine.
Yeah. All right. Tell me more.
About what?
About you.
About me.
You've been doing the cookie company shit too.
Yeah, I've been posting. I had a video go viral where I did my husband's cookie cake for his birthday.
Yeah. And
it was like, this was in June. And so I had it go viral. I never really expected it to go viral.
That's how every viral video goes.
Right, right. So then somebody said that it looked like crap. So then the video...
Excuse me.
I know. The video that like I stitched
like
to that
reply.
comment or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes. That one went kind of viral too for me at least. I think it got like 600,000 views.
That's good though.
Yeah, that's good for me. And so I've been trying to post more of the cookie cake content because I know people like it. But now that I'm in the creator program, it's like my views have gone way down.
Guys, we all know, Yes. Once you join that creator program, it is shit. Listen to this.
It's hard.
So I've been in the creator program a long time. So I learned that your RPM beginning of the month is really high. It's like $1 and whatever. Mm-hmm. And then it slowly goes down as the month goes on because they don't want to pay people towards the end of the month. Well, the other day, everybody's views go down in the creator program. It's just how it goes. And the other day I posted a super viral video and I was like, and I posted it on the first, like the very first. I was like, I'm about to make some money today. Like it started going viral and I was like, hell yeah. I wake up the next day and go look and see what my pay was for it.
Right.
My RPM was in the gutter. Like this is what my curve looked like.
Right.
All month last month, I posted a viral video. It did a 90-degree dive.
Wow.
Just TikTok taking it down to like 50 cents or something.
How can they do that? Like, what is that based on?
Nothing. Like, I don't care what they say. It's based on whatever they want it to be based on. It's based on whether or not your video does well. Amy Hall, who is with, Amy Hall, was on Floribama Shore.
Yes, yeah.
So she posted 2 viral videos and she wrote me and she's like, hey, what's going on with this RPM? She's like, my RPM's been over $1.20 and I posted those 2 videos and hers went to 16 cents. Just a nosedive to 16 cents. And dude, she's like, what can we do? I was like, really nothing. I mean, I guess it's up to them whether or not, you know what I mean? I don't understand TikTok. It's the worst app. Like it's the worst one. It's not even close.
Right.
They're the absolute worst. And they used to be the best. Like used to be the best pay, used to be the best for views. Like you gained so many followers. It was, it was fun to be on. And now
Which is your favorite?
Now? Mm-hmm. I scroll Instagram more than anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't get on Instagram much anymore.
Are you a TikToker?
Yes, that and Facebook.
Do you feel like your TikTok algorithm is like really suits you?
Like of who sees my videos or like what I see?
Let's start with that. Do you feel like everybody sees your videos? Your 11,000 followers? Exactly.
No.
That's how every creator feels. Mm-mm. But for viewing, how do you like it? Do you feel like it's hitting you up pretty good?
Yeah,
Let me ask you this. You follow me. Do you ever see my stuff?
Not as much as I used to.
Exactly.
Yeah, not
exactly.
as much as I used to.
And now that you've gotten a decent following, I never see you. You know who I see on my FYP all the time?
Who?
The people that I follow that have little to no following. Like local people that I was friends with in high school or something.
Right.
Absolutely no following. I'll see them every day. Every day.
I'll see live videos of people
the
in the mud
lives.
holes.
Dude.
And I don't know why.
Live videos are wild nowadays.
Right.
I watched one the other day. A guy's standing there with a butcher knife, and there's this balloon that's probably 10 foot wide, and he's just doing this, and he's not touching it. He's just saying, guys, at 10,000 likes, we will pop it. We'll pop the balloon at 10,000 likes. And if you tune back in an hour later, he's standing there. They're well above 10,000 likes. He's like, 100,000 likes, guys. We're going to pop this balloon. Come on, tap that screen. I'm like, your arm must be wore out.
For
Like,
real.
you're worse than one of them Salvation Army bell ringers. I'm like, but I mean, I guess if you don't mind literally just selling your soul and sitting there making money like that, just ripping people off, then whatever. TikTok will support that.
See,
everybody will get to see that.
I can't even sit on the lives because I feel like I get so few. I'll get a bunch of people on there, and then it'll just drop. So I don't know. I don't do lives very often for that reason.
Well, yeah, because like what they want to do is either they want to pop in and you've got some shirt you're selling, or they want to pop in and see something crazy like these people are doing.
Yeah,
like,
they don't just want to sit.
You're sitting there eating a spoonful of cinnamon or something and coughing.
Right.
They want to see that.
Yeah.
They don't want to see you just sitting there talking.
Right.
Which is aggravating.
Right.
Because when I go live, I'm not doing anything crazy.
No.
But
I feel like it'd be easier for you because you have the following, so people want to talk to you. You know.
Well, you're getting there. I mean, everybody starts somewhere.
I know. I'm slowly getting there.
But see, doesn't it make you feel better, like with the cookie cake video, like because of the Daddy Longlegs video? I remember me and you talked, and you were like, it wasn't even me in that, but like the cookie cake stuff, that's you. So does that feel better?
Kinda. I think part of what makes it harder is that I don't have like a niche. You know, I post so many different videos. So I tell myself that if you're gonna follow me, you have to like me. You know, just like if they follow you, they like you and they like your comedy and your videos. So I feel like people that are following me, it's more like Facebook. Kind of like you want to be friends with me. You like what I talk about or whatever.
But if that's true, then 11,000 Facebook friends is a shitload.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like
and if you think about it in terms of who you know, like on Facebook, I don't do as much. I really just do TikTok just because of time. But like on Facebook, I think I have like 3,500, 4,000 friends.
Let me ask you this. What do you use? You use CapCut to edit? You can tell me.
TikTok.
I don't care. That's what I'm saying.
Lazy.
You use TikTok to edit, but that's why I'm wondering why you don't cross post. Like, why don't you save the video from TikTok and cross post it?
Is there an easier way to do it?
Yeah, Courtney found one the other day with no watermark, and I was like, I didn't even know you could save without the watermark from TikTok.
I'll have to figure that out. Because,
we'll show you afterwards. But I strongly recommend going ahead and, because if you're going to get paid from one, you might as well get paid from all of them.
Right.
Instagram's not that great, but it's still money.
If there was a way like how Facebook and Instagram goes together,
well, yeah, they're
it would be so easy.
Collectively bought.
Of course.
I'll sit there. A lot of people think this stuff is just like, oh, you worked 2 minutes today and blah, 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 blah. Like, no, dude, it's a lot of work. It's a
lot of work.
And then when it's time to post, I have to sit there and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Like, by the time I'm done posting, it's taken 45 minutes at least. Like, it's, I don't know. Like,
well, and then even from the influencer side, like if people are asking for the products, like you have to link it on your Amazon or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's other things that go on in the background that people don't realize, that they think, oh, you just live the life of luxury, you know, working from home. Yeah. Right. I have another job, but
yeah, guys, she's gonna get there one day if she wants to.
Right.
What do you do TikTok shop too now? Yeah, because what was it, 10,000, right? I think.
Or well, I think I got in around 5,000.
Oh, I think they changed it.
Yeah.
Which I tell you, not to knock on anybody, but I think that lowering the I get it for TikTok Shop because that's a way for them to also make money because TikTok makes money off that.
Right.
The Creator Rewards program, when I joined it, you had to have 100,000 followers.
Really?
Like, that's how much you had to have. And I think that was the right thing to do.
Right.
I think now it's flooded with creators.
Right.
A lot of them you could buy 10,000 followers. You know what I mean? Like, that's nothing. And then now TikTok doesn't want to pay because of so many people doing it.
That's what I told my friend, that I really think it's oversaturated.
That's
that
right.
There's so many people trying to do the same exact thing.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
That's 100% true. And I get people make their TikToks about helping other TikTokers, but I'm like, why don't you let them figure it out on their own?
Right.
Why are you on there talking about, guess how much I made? You got to join tomorrow. Like,
and it don't happen that way for everybody.
It doesn't happen that way for like 99% of people.
Right.
Like, don't make that bullshit video. I'm not saying that people shouldn't help people. I'm just saying, like, it's almost like a come view my thing and you'll be like me, and that's not true.
Right.
Like,
it's not.
A lot of people, like, they'll be on there every day, like, God, just post every single day, 3-5 times a day. I'm like, yeah, but if you're boring as fuck, what does it matter?
Right.
Nobody's going to watch it if you suck. Like,
right.
You're leaving that part out. It's not just about posting every day.
And hopefully mine don't suck.
No, I'm not.
No.
Your stuff is good. I'm just saying, for example, like, you're seeing results. You have 11,000 followers.
And I see them every day, like I gradually am getting more followers every day. So
yeah, exactly.
It's consistent.
Exactly. So, as long as you're seeing growth, you're doing something right.
Right.
But I strongly suggest doing the other apps too and get your growth good there.
For sure.
That's something that I did from day one that I've noticed a lot of the creators that I have talked to and followed didn't really do. Like, I think that was one thing that I did that was, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I think it was smart to start them all together.
Right.
As soon as I saw TikTok growing, I was like, I'm going to start Facebook and Instagram. The only thing I kind of held off on and wish I hadn't of was YouTube. And it's just now growing. I've almost got my play button. I'm excited about that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. 100,000 play button. I'll be pumped whenever I get it. I'm at
awesome.
by the time this comes out, I'll probably be there. But I'm at like 85, something like that.
Oh, yay.
Oh, I'm
that's
so
exciting.
excited. Yes, it is. It is. So working at Great American Cookie Company, like, I worked at a restaurant in the college after high school years. It was probably the most fun job I ever had. Was that a good job, or?
It was fun. It's funny because my husband actually messes with me because I tell him that my wrist issues is from working there, because the ice cream was so hard and you'd have to scoop it out. That
So you worked at one of like the half marble
yeah,
slab
it was
ones.
both.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have mentioned that.
No.
It was marble slab and Great American Cookie. And then the cookie cakes, I don't know what it is about their chocolate chips, but it would you would literally have spots in your arm from pressing it out. It hurts so bad.
I thought you were going to say like a rash. Like, guys, stop. Don't eat there.
No. Oh, no. It was great and clean, but it just hurt so bad. But it was fun. I think I worked there maybe 6 months. I really didn't even work there long. And then I started student teaching. Yeah. So that was, at that point, I had 2 jobs. So I worked at a tanning salon and I worked there. And I was in school. So
was you getting free tans?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Right.
Worth it. GTL.
Right. Yeah, I definitely feel better with my fake tan.
Everybody does.
Yes.
Like, even men, I don't care what the fuck you say. If you're darker,
we had a lot of men that tan.
Darker, you feel better.
Right.
Like, Courtney, she does the self-tanner stuff like you do or whatever, and she'll just come walking out there and she's like, look how tan I am. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, she always has the best tan. She does.
Yeah, well, hey, it's been trial and error because we went through about 50 different brands of that bullshit.
And I told her she don't need to have you help her anymore. She can get this little back thing.
Oh, she's got it now.
She does have it? Okay,
yeah.
good.
I didn't know that was thanks to you.
Yeah.
You saved me a ton of work. I appreciate that.
I don't ask Tim to help me anymore.
Yeah, because she'd come out there, can you do my back?
Oh, every night, and he'd be like, no, I don't feel like getting up. So now I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you got whatever you want to call it. I don't know, working at, I guess Great American Cookie's not technically a restaurant, but I guess it kind of is. Like, that was the most fun time of my life because it's like a melting pot of people. Like, I guess Great American Cookie's probably mostly like college kids, I would think.
It really was mostly college.
You didn't have mostly people. Like, dude, when I worked at Wenzel's, you had like young people that worked in the front, 45-year-old people that worked in the front that like all waitress their whole life. the cooks in the back are all 50-year-old dudes all the way down to 20-year-old dudes. Like, it was wild. And we would all party together. So when we showed up somewhere, everybody would be like, what the like it didn't make any sense for any of us to be hanging out.
That's how it is at like being a teacher. It's so many different age groups. I guess that's
and stuff. True. Yeah.
So I'm used to that teaching.
Because anytime you get a new teacher, like you probably got some 22-year-old in the lounge with a 80-year-old guy.
Right. Yeah, like some of my best friends, like I never think of it. Like my librarian was one of like my best friends at school. She just retired and I'm super sad. But she's like probably 60-something years old.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess that's kind of true. Once you become an adult, it's almost true for like any job. Like some of the men that I worked with at the steel mill that I was really close to were like about to retire.
Right.
Like 60-something-year-old dudes. And that's so weird. It's like if I was 2 years younger, or even if I didn't have this job, I'd probably call that guy Mr. Whoever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now I just call him Rob or whatever, whatever
Right.
his name is. It's just, I don't know. It's weird the friends that you have. Like Courtney did the same thing. She'll introduce me to people that she's like, I love her, and she'll be old. Like,
yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, it's weird. I never thought about that. I always made that like I guess because working at Winslow's, like you're all kind of like a little bit like, or any restaurant, you're all kind of for the most part, a little bit of degenerates, a little bit. So when you clock out, you all go party. Like,
and
it's
I
not
worked
like
at a restaurant before too.
Something about restaurants, like when you leave, you just, any place that you can go to work, because a lot of the people work there because there's no drug test. So it's just like, it's just one of those things. We used to clock out, and then if people worked later, like, nobody gets to leave together. Some people stay later than others because of how busy it is. They'd go across the street and start drinking, and then until they got off, and then we might go to the casinos till daylight, sleep all day, and come back to work at 3 o'clock in the evening. Like we were. Man, looking back on those times, it was wild.
Oh, it's
and you'd have
crazy
a fistful of cash in your pocket
as a child. And I don't feel that much older now, so it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I still could do that. I just the next day would be terrible.
Exactly.
The hangovers are not the same.
I remember I was like, what's a hangover? I've never gotten a hangover, and then I get closer and closer to getting 30, and I'm like, oh my gosh, now I know what a hangover is.
I think 30 is
that's
when you start. Yeah, that's when you start getting it. At 29, I could get up and go like play basketball the next day or something.
Right.
The whole next day now is dedicated to the couch.
Oh, yeah, just laying around.
And like your kids can't be loud or nothing.
Exactly.
Like you remember when
Taking
the substitute teacher, well, I guess that would be you now. If you go to school with a hangover, she don't do it, but I'm just saying. You remember your substitute teacher used to come in there and she'd like wheel the TV in there and you just didn't understand why. You just thought it was like a cool day. And you're like, nah, that bitch is hungover. Like now that you get older, you're like, she's
I can thankfully say I've never done that.
Yeah, no. I mean, we're not calling you out. I'm just saying that looking back, you're just like, oh, it was such an awesome day. And you're like, nah.
Now you know why.
She was hungover. She had glasses on. Like she had sunglasses on inside.
So
tell me more about your journey. What do you want to do going forward?
I would love.
You gonna keep up the cookie cake stuff? You gonna go more TikTok shop?
I try to do both because I've always done product type reviews on Facebook.
Yes.
Just with local people. So like I've had some people say, some of the rude comments about like, you're just posting it because you're getting paid. And I'm like, dude, I have literally made barely anything.
I was about to say, those are you can't
like
read
there
comments.
was one of my videos that has like almost 2 million views and it's of an ear dryer. And they were like, well, you're just getting paid for it. And I was like, dude, I have made maybe $5.
They also don't understand how that works. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You have to, it's not like they're just, I mean, they do reach out to you, but for the most part, you find something you like and decide whether or not you're going to sell it.
Right.
It's not the other way around.
Right. And and I'm very transparent. I said I did get this for free, you know. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I bought it when I didn't. But they reached out to me because they knew I had a pool. And obviously, it was something that I needed. So I agreed to do it. I had no idea the video would go viral because that's how it works.
Exactly.
And so, that I was just like, I've made no money from this.
Do y'all have those goggles that like suction to your face, and they're all the way across one. They look like sunglasses. They've been super viral on TikTok Shop.
Yeah,
oh
we
my
had
God.
some, and I think Archer messed them up.
I bought these things and loved them. Like I'd come up and it would feel like, I don't know, a freaking suction cup. Like that's what it felt like. And it was all the way across. It like they looked just like sunglasses. It was the only thing on TikTok Shop other than t-shirts that I've ever bought where I was like, holy shit. Like I probably should have done a TikTok video about it. But yeah, I mean, unless you got a video which I do know people that are making a fortune on TikTok Shop.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I think I've sold I think it was up to 102 products, and I've probably made if I had to guess, around 300, but that's in $20 increments,
Right,
So
exactly.
I've not seen it as a lump sum, and I'm not complaining at all. I'm doing something I like to do, so it's nice to make some money off of it.
Any money's better than no money.
Exactly.
But dude, have one of those TikTok Shop videos go viral, like super viral, and
I
you'll be.
wish.
I was about to say
It would be life changing. Honestly,
I've heard of some of those people being like, I made $75,000 this month, and me being like, holy shit,
I would die.
And I had one, a girl that's local to us sent me a video of one of her friends the other day, and she's like, she made $80,000 this month, and all it was a shirt. Like it was a shirt, but it was a button-up shirt, and it was super cute. Super cute. So what made it go viral was that it was super cute. But on top of that, it was really cheap. Like for how good it looked.
Right.
It was super cheap. And it had 10 million views. So,
Gosh.
and I think she's making let's just say $5 to $7 off of every one. And it sold out within I think they said it got sold out and restocked 3 times from that video. So she made a lick. Imagine making $75,000 in one video.
Oh, I would seriously die. I would
that's all
cry
it takes,
and
one
cry.
video.
Oh, I know, one video.
Yeah.
And no shade to the people that want a new car. That's not my thing. I want to pay off my house.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what I wanted to do.
I don't blame you. I got a new truck, but whatever. Hate on me if you want to.
No, I am not hating. I'd get a new truck with your amount of followers too.
I've never done a TikTok Shop video. Not saying that I have stuff on TikTok Shop, my showcase and my hats and stuff, but I like using music in my videos, and your library is super limited if you want to do TikTok Shop. And you almost have to use TikTok's editor because you can post the same song, but you put it on there yourself, and they're like, that wasn't our shit. So.
Oh, yeah, they'll take it off. Yeah, and they'll give you a violation.
And then, because it's background music, now your whole video is muted. So it's just what a nightmare. So that's why I don't do TikTok Shop that much. And I told Courtney, she's done a little bit of it. I told her, I was like, if you want them to be successful, I don't think you pick a product that everybody uses. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get on there and be like, look at my Stanley Cup. Everybody's going to be like, yeah, I know.
I agree. Yeah. It does have to be something different. I think that's why that ear dryer went viral.
Exactly.
Because it was so...
It's just a random
weird
thing, and people are like, oh my God, that's good.
Right.
Same thing with that girl's shirt. Everybody has a shirt, but it was super cute, and it was super cheap. It had something, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to get on there and be like, look at this Stanley. They're going to...
same old.
They're going to be like, yeah, I saw 5,000 other girls with that same Stanley.
Right. And that's the thing. People that know you might see it and say okay, I like that. I'm going to buy it, but it's not going to be viral.
Exactly. Because why would it be?
Right.
It's the same thing that everybody else has looked at. I think that's why those goggles go viral, because I've never seen goggles like that.
Right.
It's unbelievable. I bought me and Jackson a pair because they were 2 for nothing. And I was like, these are the most amazing things I've ever put on. I've worn goggles my whole life. Never had any this comfortable.
So cool, the things that they have now that we didn't have.
I tell you what, TikTok Shop is, as much as I don't like TikTok Shop is unbelievable.
Oh, I love TikTok Shop.
This came from TikTok Shop. So much shit from TikTok Shop, mostly clothes. But Courtney's getting pretty big into it. Her page is doing really well. She's up to 76,000 followers or something like that.
Yeah, she's doing good.
I mean, it's not her. I'm doing all of it.
You're doing all the work.
I'm doing the videos are my idea. I edit them. She's just pretty,
right.
She really is funny.
She's
though.
the face of the account.
She's hilarious.
She is.
She's very funny. So I give her props there. But yeah, I do all the work. She does come up with some good ideas. I love having Courtney there because when I start shooting something, she's recording. I'll get done and she'll be like, "That was not funny at all," or like whatever it is. Or she'll have something and she'll be like, "Oh, what you need to do next?" And I'll be like, "That's really funny. We'll do that." Like if it's filming alone. I'm not saying it can't be good, but I feel like you need that in the comedy area.
Right.
You need that back and forth banter to get to the funniest way you can do it. I can do it by myself and be funny, but if there's another funny person with me, they're like, "What if you did this?" Then you get the funniest version of that. But see, in a case like yours, you can probably film everything by yourself.
Yeah, and I've done some funny teacher voiceover videos.
I watched one today.
Yeah.
That had a decent amount of views.
Yeah, I think the one that had 20 or 30,000,
Yeah,
which is good for me.
I can't remember what you said, but I laughed.
Yeah, it was the one. It was like when a coworker asks
about your kid last year or something like that. Yeah.
And it was like, "I'll pray for you."
I don't know how you deal with these kids, man. Yeah, I mean, you don't talk about your kids, but...
Well, no, my kids this year are good, but I've had some very hard years. So.
I'll drop Jackson off sometimes and I'll pick him up every single day and he will say the exact same kid's name every single day and be like, "Was bad all day." And then I'm like, "God, I mean, did he lose some stars or was he on red?" And they'd be like, "No, she just got on to him all day." I'm like, "Well, you need to get some backbone again.
Figure something out."
Yeah, I mean, and dude, this he will literally say it he'll get in the car, shut the door. I'll be like, "How was school?" And he'll be like, "So and so was bad again." It's the first thing.
Know.
It's the first thing he tells me every day. The very first thing. "So and so was bad again today." God, so I can't imagine what you deal with. What age group do you have?
2nd grade.
Oh, okay. For whatever reason, I was thinking kindergarten.
Oh, no, I could not.
Is 2nd grade better though?
Oh, yes. They're in between. So they're more independent, but they're still doing, like the baby-ish kind of stuff. So they'll do fun stuff. But then when they get to 3rd grade, they're like, "I'm too cool for that."
I feel like 2nd grade nowadays, they're no rocket science.
It's a lot harder.
I feel
than it
in
was when we
2nd
did
grade, I was just now getting to the addition tables. You know what I mean?
Right.
In kindergarten, for me, I vividly remember literally just coloring and cutting shit. That was it. Jackson will come home with hooked on phonics. He's read all kinds. He knows how to read.
Yes.
I'm like, dude, when I was a kid, I literally didn't even know the first letter of my name. We ate gummy bears, ate glue, colored, cut shit out. I don't remember maybe sang a song. I don't remember anything
more
like
naps,
that. Oh, well, he still has naps.
He does in kindergarten?
In kindergarten.
Well, that's private school for you.
Yeah.
Archer's in public, so he don't get a nap.
Really?
Nope.
But what about,
nap in kindergarten.
So was K4 a nap?
Yes, they do take a nap in pre-K.
We didn't think he was going to get a nap this year, and maybe he's not supposed to. You know what I mean? Maybe his teacher's just
I think it's a public school thing.
Yeah. We hardly have any public schools left.
I know it.
Almost every school in our town's private.
Right.
So do you feel because I get it all the time, so I know, and I see so many girls that get it, they get way more engagement because of their accent. You know what I mean? The Kylie Pitts girl is huge. She doesn't do anything crazy, but it's just that she talks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If that voice is real, then, and sometimes. It might be. I've met some people that have some thick country accents, but every now and then I'll watch a video on TikTok or something. I'll be like, "You're full of shit."
Right.
You remember
some
them,
that I
you
feel
remember them guys who used to go to high school with, and for no other reason at all, they would just crank that accent up and saying words like, "That's my dang old truck." I'm like, nobody talks like that. Right. You didn't talk like that. Saying words like, "Give me that water spigot out there," and I'm like, shut up. Shut up. That's not how you really talk. I knew you last year. You didn't speak like that. All of a sudden this year, it's my dang old truck out there. I got to get it washed. Went mudding last night. That's not how you talk. Do you ever get comments about your accent?
I do get comments about my accent. There was somebody on my recent video about OWA that said that that I ruined the video with my accent and that they couldn't listen to it. And I was like, I wanted to make a video.
Mean.
I know. And I was like, I can't help this. This is my real voice.
Yeah, no,
and
you're
I know,
not.
like, I
yours
know
isn't even
people,
super thick. Like,
I don't feel
I
like
guess it is for somebody that lives in
yeah,
Montana.
It's normal for us.
Right.
But people elsewhere are like, oh, wow, look at this hick, you know.
That's just like people from Louisiana. Like, I know people from Louisiana that talk like with a little bit of a Cajun accent. Then I know people that sound like Stale Cracker.
Right.
And when he puts his videos up, they're like, this guy's full of shit. That's not how he sounds. I'm like, that is exactly how he sounds.
Right.
That's his real voice. Just like there are people who do live here who do sound super country. My grandpa, I'll send pictures or like videos of my grandpa to like my agent or something who like lives in New Jersey. He'd be like, I'm not going to lie, man. I could not understand a word of that.
Oh
Like,
my gosh.
I'm dead serious.
There's people that have told me that my accent is not real, and then some other people will comment and be like, listen to her other videos. Of course her accent's real. And I know people that for sure, like they like up their accent more, you know, and they do it for TikTok. But I'm telling you, like, if I get mad, mine will get thicker. But I mean, like, this is my voice. This is just how I've always talked.
I want to see you mad now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll do the eyes more, you know, and Tim will be like, really? Right?
Yeah, right.
So, but there's some people I know that it's a ruse, you know, like that I personally know that put on their accent more.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, before TikTok was ever a thing, there was people that put it on because they thought that made them seem cooler to have a way thicker accent. I'm like, of all the things to care about, the way you talk, you know what I mean? Courtney's is weird because she sounds like a turnip green, and then out of nowhere, she pronounces certain words weird, like a British person. Like if you were gonna say, if I was gonna say I'm going to the house or I'm going home, that's how I'd say it. I'm going home. Courtney say, so I went home.
Home.
But then she'll say words like, if instead of saying billion, she'll say billion. I'm like, oh, and then she'll say bone. I said, yo, you got a billion bones in your body. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. But she's not putting it on. It's just certain words, phone and home. And
I enunciate better now that I teach. And like, if I'm teaching, obviously, I'm going to talk a little more correctly.
You ain't up there like, kids, that ain't right.
Right. Well, and when we do phonics, I have to say, like, if it's the word PIN, pin, or pen, and, you know, because we say, and I'll tell them, I'm like, we say everything wrong.
We do.
In the South, so we have to know how to spell
English
it
is hard enough without a Southern accent. Like, it's ridiculous.
It is. Can you imagine somebody coming here and learning Southern slang and everything? That would be so hard.
Or just learning English anyway. Like,
it's the hardest language to learn.
It is. And it just doesn't make any sense why you'll just read all these things, and because you grew up with it, you're like, oh, it's no big deal. But it doesn't make any sense. Read and read and all these other things that are spelled the exact same or sound the exact same, spelled different, mean something totally different. Why does F and GH sound the same? It's stupid.
Right.
Nobody else has that. Like, their languages, I'm not saying every language is easy, but ours is definitely the worst.
Right.
Like, it's a nightmare.
It's the hardest for sure.
Yeah. I can't imagine, like, me thinking about learning another language is a nightmare. But thinking about if I spoke Spanish and tried to learn English, that's like twice the nightmare.
I cannot imagine.
Imagine trying to teach an adult. Like, because they're, like, kids aren't thinking critically. They are a little bit, but at that age where you're, like, telling them this is how laugh sounds, they're just thinking, or this is how laugh is spelled. They're like, okay, yeah, GH. But imagine telling an adult, like, hey, can you spell laugh? And he's like, LAFF. And you're like, no. LAUGH. And they're going to be like, why?
Well, and the dork in me knows why.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's still dumb.
Right. No, I agree.
It's still dumb. Like, I was reading, there's a guy that's had a super viral video where he's got a thing that he flips, and, like, he'll be like, now this is one. And he'll be like, what is this? And he'll put a B in front of it, and they'll be like, bun. He's like, no. Bone.
Right. I've seen those. They are hilarious.
Shit, it's so stupid.
Yes. It's so many different rules and so many different things that break the rules. It's so hard.
Yeah.
That's why you kind of have to learn it gradually.
That's why we're lucky to be born here.
Right.
Where we do everything wrong.
Right.
We claim to be the greatest and everything we do is dumb.
That's true.
All right, we've been 46 minutes in.
I mean, it's up to you if there's anything else.
No, what do you got? You want to tell everybody what you got going on, where to follow you?
Yeah.
What to be looking. Oh, let me ask you something first.
Okay.
At Great American Cookie Company, when you're making those cookie cakes, is chocolate chip the only flavor y'all make?
Nope. You can do sugar.
I've never seen another one.
You can do sugar, and I'm pretty sure they'll do the sprinkle.
But why not, why can't I have a white chocolate macadamia nut?
I technically think that they would do it.
But, could you show me how to do it at home by myself?
Yeah. Yeah, I could. I actually have white chocolate macadamia nut at home.
Okay, perfect. Guys, we're going to get out of here and go do that.
Right.
Tell them where to follow you and what to do.
So if you'll follow me on TikTok, it's KD Gleason, Gleason.
You don't have to spell it. I'm going to put you.
You're going to put it up there.
Check the description. She'll be down there.
Okay.
I'm going to have all your, whatever you want me down there. You got a link tree or anything, I'll throw it down there.
Okay. Yeah, I have that. So I guess just TikTok.
Y'all follow her. Check her out.
Yeah.
She does really funny stuff. She does the cookie cake videos. She's got a few viral videos.
I have Instagram, but I'm just bad about posting on Instagram.
She's going to get better,
yes,
though.
I'm going to do better.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming. I had fun.
I had fun, too. Thank y'all for having me.
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.